He had 2 assault convictions before Meridian Security Group gave him a badge, a uniform, and a post at a parking garage in downtown Cincinnati. The company had a written policy requiring background checks for all security personnel. The policy was real. The checks were not thorough enough to find what was already on the record. Natalie Owens was 22, a second-year nursing student at Cincinnati State Technical and Community College. She worked closing shifts at a cafe inside the Meridian-managed 5th and Market parking complex to cover tuition. On the evening of November 8, 2021, she finished her shift at 10:47 p.m., took the elevator to level 4, and walked toward her car. Conrad Hayes was the Meridian security officer on duty on level 4 that night. Hayes had 2 prior aggravated assault convictions, one in Hamilton County in 2015 and another in 2017. Both convictions were active entries in Ohio's state criminal justice database. Meridian Security Group's standard pre-employment background check did not query Ohio's state database. The company had contracted screening to a third-party vendor, whose search covered federal criminal records only. State-level convictions, which comprise the majority of violent offenses in the United States, were outside the vendor's scope. As a result, Hayes' record returned no flags. This gap was not unknown. Meridian's internal compliance team commissioned a screening audit in March 2018. The audit explicitly identified the state database exclusion and warned that a federal-only search could allow applicants with serious state-level criminal histories to pass screening undetected. The audit recommended transitioning to a vendor that queried all 50 state databases. The incremental cost $3 per applicant. In April 2018, Meridian's regional operations director reviewed the audit and declined the upgrade. A cost-benefit memo dated April 22, 2018, estimated the total additional expenditure across projected annual hires and classified the upgrade as not justified by current risk profile. The audit was filed. The vendor contract was renewed unchanged. Hayes applied to Meridian in August 2020. His background check returned clean. He was hired, completed a 2-week training program, and in January 2021 was assigned to 5th and Market. He worked there without incident for 10 months before November 8, 2021. At 11:14 p.m. on November 8th, a maintenance employee making rounds found Natalie on level 4. She was transported to University of Cincinnati Medical Center and admitted to the intensive care unit. She remained hospitalized for 9 days. The assault produced a traumatic brain injury with permanent cognitive effects. In January 2022, Natalie withdrew from nursing school. As of the filing of the civil lawsuit, she had not returned. Conrad Hayes was arrested within 12 hours of the attack. The criminal investigation surfaced his 2 prior convictions within the first day. It also surfaced the 2018 audit. During criminal discovery and subsequent civil litigation, internal communications emerged. The March 2018 audit, the April 22 cost-benefit memo, and a February 2019 compliance inquiry asking whether the upgrade recommendation should be resubmitted. The regional director's response, a single sentence, "Not at this time." In civil proceedings, Meridian's legal team argued the company had adhered to its established screening protocol and that no internal policy had been violated. That defense was technically accurate. Meridian had followed its policy. Its policy had been drafted and maintained with a known documented gap. Management had reviewed the gap, calculated the marginal cost to close it, and explicitly decided to leave it open. Meridian settled the civil suit in November 2023. The settlement amount was not disclosed. As part of the agreement, Natalie Owens signed a confidentiality clause. In August 2022, Conrad Hayes was convicted of first-degree felony assault and sentenced to 9 years in the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction. No Meridian executive or manager was criminally charged. The regional director who reviewed and declined the 2018 recommendation left the company voluntarily in spring 2022 and took a position with another private security firm. Meridian did not update its background screening protocol in the weeks following Natalie's attack. It did not update the protocol after the civil suit was filed. The vendor contract was finally revised in January 2023, but only after a separate assault by a different Meridian employee in December 2022 prompted a mandatory review by the Ohio Private Investigator Security Guard Services Commission. The change occurred more than 4 years after the original audit recommended it, and more than a year after Natalie's assault. The records are in the civil court file, the 2018 audit, the April cost-benefit memo, the not at this time email, the hiring paperwork showing a clean federal-only check, the timeline of incidents, the conviction, the settlement. The full chain of decisions that led from a $3 per applicant upgrade to a nursing student with a permanent brain injury is documented, discoverable, and public. This is not a story of administrative error alone. It is a record of choices, an audit that identified risk, a cost calculation, a managerial decision to leave a known vulnerability unaddressed, and a human consequence that followed. The numbers carry the story. 2 convictions, 0 flags, $3. That is the full story.